it going? Internet land, what you doing out here? Little early today. I don't know why, I just decided, I don't know. We'll do 7 p.m. today for some reason, which I'm probably sure has disoriented a bunch of folks who would usually want to show up here at 8 p.m. But that's how it goes. How's it going, Elfino? Hope you're doing well. I don't know how I'm feeling. I am for the last 3 days, I have been hovering on what feels like me teetering on the edge of falling into a cold or the flu. It's like my throat was super sore the other night. It's been mostly scratchy for a while too. And my sinuses have been jacked up a lot. And I felt feverish, but I'm not falling in, right? It's like barely halfway there, so it's just annoying enough to where it's just oh, I noticed this and I hate it and I can't stop thinking about it, but it's not bad enough to where you can just stay home, right? Because you don't know if you're really sick. So I don't know if it's just the seasons changing, the weather changing. It got super cold the other night. We had a freeze and all that. I don't know whether that's a big thing or not. Yeah, I've got the crud. Oh, you thought of a good Saya joke. Hit me with your good Saya joke. I want to hear the good Saya joke. Maybe that'll get rid of the maybe flu, maybe cold. What is Saya's favorite food? Omigiri? Omihaste! See, you use omigiri for the weebs, and you use omiha steaks for when you're in the West and you don't have a weeb crowd. There you go. That's how you do it. We just workshopped an amazing joke, and it only took us 30 seconds to do it. Nobody was here to bear witness to our genius, but I'm gonna take at least 30% of that joke, because I gave you the other half. I've made it translatable for you. I localized the joke. Yo, Jetstorm, how's it going? Yeah, genius is rarely seen. This is genius that will only be witnessed by YouTube. Yeah, I think we're gonna do either or. It's going all right. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. You got your video done, so that means I don't have to kill you. All is well. So, all right. Let me get myself situated here. Let me get all my and then stretch it out. Yeah, you got both. I don't know if anybody else is doing two. So you might be the only one that did too. It gets spotlighted in both portions of the show. You ready to see some cat thirst? Oh, you're going to. You're going to get a lot of that. That's literally all this game's been for me. Alrighty. Omiha steaks. God damn, that's really good. Alright, so the last time we were together, we were cruising into another loop, and this time, we have to survive 5 dates and then make a decision on the 6th day. I think, the first date we did was with Tara, because I think we just did it to get the worst out of the way, because Tara's ended up kind of being the worst character of the game. So, alright, congrats, Polly, you've made it to day 2. You really gave our audience a run for their money yesterday with Scarlet. No, I went out with Scarlet yesterday. That's right. I don't get to pick in this route, I don't think. I think that they're already set up. And that's before we got to the zombies involved, believe it or not. I'm glad to hear that. You think you'll choose Scarlet at the end of this? Oh, man, now these are just these are the choices that make me stop and think. Is the game gonna bork me because I've made committal statements? What if this whole game is something about the main character being non-committal, and this is the reason it's all happening? What? Okay, we know that Kat is Damien's daughter. What if we were supposed to marry her at some point and we got cold feet about it, and since he's a bajillionaire, he's just torturing us? And he's just involving a bunch of other people. Like, what if that's the case? I don't know. I'm talking out my ass here. It's too early to say. I figure it's best to make things seem uncertain as possible and not get too focused on any one girl. Don't worry, I won't have any interest in focusing on Tara at all. Kat said that getting low ratings during the show could end up with them shutting it down early. If that happened this time, then game over. The only reason why we're able to make these moves right now is because Allie's machine glitched out. Who knows if that would ever happen again? There's no room for error. Too early to say right now, but she's definitely up there, Kat. I like the sound of that. But you know what I like even more? Drama! And what better way to start that fire than a full day date with another woman? If it ain't broke. So who's it gonna be? Have you ever noticed there's only one room in the mansion that's locked? Nope, not even a bit. Really, it's right by the games room, and it's not the hidden one. I'm starting to understand why you've been stuck here all this time. I was snooping around at night looking for snacks when I saw Kat open it using a black key that she kept on a keyring in her pocket. All right, let me just get my hands in her pocket somehow. It's definitely a master key. I've seen her use the same key both in the mansion as well as on the other building. Sounds like it'd be pretty good to get our hands on that. Exactly. If you get me that key, for even a minute, I can make a mold of it and we can use it as a duplicate key. I'm betting that'd be pretty helpful for helping us get out of here, to put it lightly. Yeah, this is a very, very, very funky tune. Yes, I want to get my hands all the way in Kat's skirt, if you know what I mean. I mean that in the most sexual and explicit way imaginable, if you can imagine that. Hope you're doing well, Poncho Smith. That's awesome, but wouldn't Kat notice her master key going missing? You're absolutely right, especially if you or I try to take it. I'm feeling a butt coming. But it won't be you or I taking it. Huh? Tomorrow, ask Yui on a date. Let me go get Yui. By the end of tonight, you'll both understand why it has to be you two. I'd say it sounds like a plan, but I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Trust me, Polly. When have I ever been wrong? Can't think of a single time. I could list every single date we've been on as evidence. That's pretty cold. Those don't count. Yui. There's just something about her, you know? We'll make it happen. It was the first date since getting all the girls' memories back. We went for a walk out in the woods, the same date we had when we truly had met again for the first time. It was a little awkward at first, figuring out how to not give away that we knew on camera, but we figured it out pretty quick. It's so nice to see you again, Polly. I feel the same way, Yui. After all this time, it's gotta be fate, hasn't it? It must be. To be honest, I feel like things are going a bit over my head. This show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving too fast for me to keep up. But with you, everything feels all right. Like I know it's gonna be okay. Would it be okay if we just spend today this way? She leaned in closer and put her arms around me. I wouldn't have it any other way, Yui. Wait a minute. What about getting the master key? Ah, I can tell from your face what you're thinking about. Don't worry, I've got that covered. Bun Bun Bun! Bun 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 darted out of the nearby bush and ran to Yui's side. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy! She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile. Almost forgot. Bun Bun Bun. Hunt! Bun 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 leapt out of her arms and dashed toward the mansion. And with that out of the way, how about we walk for a little longer? What just happened? She reached for my hand and held it tight. I'd like that. We walked and talked for hours. When we took breaks, we laid next to each other in the grass, talking about anything and everything. Yui's a lovely girl. At times, I remembered how dire the situation we were in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But with Yui, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly about what was on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that. And in turn, to make her smile made me feel lighter than air. A life with her would be wonderful. I've got to make sure I get us all out of here safe. Polly? Yeah? I love you, Polly. I hope we can spend another day together just like this soon. Again, these choices got me thinking, like, what if I go, like, the route where you're just kind of like, you know what, I'll say all the nice things about everybody, and then you get, like, the funny Persona 5 conclusion to doing that, which is, like, the one clever thing they did with Persona 5's dating stuff, is that they actually, like, give you a big fuck you for trying to play all the girls at once. I can't wait for that day. I'll be counting the days till then. We walked back to the mansion together, hand in hand, and went our separate ways. Yep, harem of pain ending. Polly, you would not believe what happened to me today. What happened, Cat? Try me. I got attacked by some kind of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall, had monstrous teeth, and there was at least 5 of them. It took everything I had not to laugh. Luckily, I managed to fight them all off without any permanent injury. I made sure that 4 deleted the footage. That shit was both embarrassing and traumatic. Yeah, exactly. Look, just spoon feed me any dumb bullshit you want, literally. I don't care. Like, I'm buying anything and everything you tell me. That's good to know. This is the worst run yet. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing. I've just had a long day. I'll bet. You should get some rest while you have the chance. 5 forest beasts is nothing to sniff at. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Not at all, Cat. Forest beasts affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you. Right. I'll see you later, Polly. Good night, Polly. Mission success! I can't believe that worked. How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? That's all thanks to our special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils from the forest, but... I'm sorry, what? I'm half kidding. Don't worry about it. Which half? So, are the keys ready to use? Not yet, which sucks. It's gonna take a little longer for the makeshift plaster to set. Where'd you get the plaster from, by the way? Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person. I'm cool with not knowing. Anyway, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but you'll have to have your next date by then. We'll test them out as soon as it's night tomorrow. Sounds good? Sounds good to me. Awesome. Let's go, team! How about you let the rest of the girls know, Polly? 4's disabled the audio recordings in the house at night, so we should be good to talk back up there. I'll let them know. I walked back up the staircase, back to the mansion. Where are they? I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I'll make my way over. Hey, it's you. Hey, Violet, how you doing? Goodness, apologies, Polly, I didn't see you there. You seemed pretty deep in thought. What's on your mind? Well, besides to say hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week, I'm worried for the people back home. Yui has her brothers to worry about, though she tries not to burden anyone with that feeling. Everyone has family out there, and who knows what's happened to them in the last, well, however long we've been trapped here. I've never gotten along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick. I'm sure they're doing fine, Violet. And they're gonna be so happy to see you again. You're right, Polly. Though there's no way you could know that for sure, could you? I guess so, but we've gotta believe, right? I suppose you're right once again, Polly. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm gonna hold them so tight. It's kind of funny. What is, Violet? I told you I had a twin sister, right? You did? Yeah, you did. Her name was Viola. I don't remember that for some reason. It's probably the cold talking. No, wait, now I remember. Okay. Nope. That would be her. She was always my parents' favorite. You know the type. She came first in just about everything, while I did not. Even so, we got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could, and in the end, she was hit before I was, and she died for it. Damn! I wasn't expecting Violet tragic backstory to come. Jeez. Ouch. There's the drama. Too bad they're not recording this. I'm sorry, Violet. Before then, I had no problem being second place to her. But for her sake, just for that one time, I wish I'd come in first. Oh, right in the heart, man. Right in the field. Right in the feels. I'm oversharing, aren't I? I apologize. It's okay, Violet. Just say what you're feeling. You're kind, Polly. It's something I adore about you, you know? After Viola died, I did my very best to live up to the standards she set for my parents. You can probably guess how well it went. I wasn't as good as running the business or appearing prim and proper or even things like finding a partner. It's a little embarrassing, really. That's the whole reason why I came here. My parents saw an ad for the show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they just wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother. I couldn't resist the chance for them to support me for once. At times, I feel like I can't do anything right. Look at how this show has developed. This is a nightmare in every regard. You've been playing Chaos Head. Yeah. I absolutely want to play Chaos Head at some point. Like that, those games look so good. And they look really fucked up too, which is, again, well, I am currently uploading videos for Sayano Uta, so I guess my tastes are a bit on the surface. Though 2236 AD was pretty fucked up at parts too, but not fucked up in the ways that like Sayano Uta or ways that I know Chaos Head is. But I think that Sayano Uta is a wholesome fucked up, right? It's a wholesome kind of fucked up. You just like, it's so romantic, right? I know Alfina will agree with me. Yes? I held her in my arms tightly. Huh? You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can't do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the Brothers Five and make delicious meals that some people would probably kill for. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we're gonna get out of together, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you. You are too kind. Thank you for I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here? Unfortunately, I haven't, but I'm hoping that the Master Key we pilfered will help with that. It's just a love story between two crazy kids. They're just madly in love. I hope so, for your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers, my previous offer about finding you help outside of here to get your memories back stands. Thanks, Violet. I really appreciate that. It's the least I could do. I still fancy you quite a bit, you know? I know it's not the time or place, but maybe when we get out of here, perhaps you'll join me for, say, a lovely cruise around what's left of the world. I'm looking forward to that one day. As am I. We talked for a few moments longer before retiring for the night. For once, I lay in bed, not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow would bring. I hope it's not a date with Tara. It's only up from here, baby! Hey! Oh no, you're here and that can't be good, can it? I mean, if you want to be here, I'm not gonna complain. I mean, we did, the first loop, I mean, I'm down if you are. Just saying. I thought you were cute from day one. Like, I'm 100% down if you're down. Polly, Allie, what are you? Never mind that. You've got to come down to the lab. What is it? We found something and I know you'll want to see it. She reached for my hand and pulled me as we ran. This is a good tune. Well, what was that noise? That was a weird noise to hear in a song. The game had, like, indigestion at me or something. I was just making out with Violet. Now what? The other girls were already there, crowded around the table with a pile of folders on top of it. What's going on? I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across these. There are files. I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you. Caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our own file, except for Yui, who was already holding hers, and Allie. Weird, there's no file for me here. I double-checked, but there was nothing for me. I guess I'm not getting any answers today. Allie slowly walked to the pile, found her own, and opened it in one fluid motion. Interesting. What is it? Allie Major, sent to the island for being suspected of committing treason against the government. Selected for experimental show for fitting the sporty girl archetype. We need one of those. Ha! That's good to know this whole getup was a good idea. Did you know I actually fucking hate sports? Perfect! Same here! Actually, I take that back. I like some sports. I'd never seen Allie look so angry. Let's see. They got all the fake information I gave. That sounds about right. Huh? What is it? They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single run of the show for the past 2 years. What I've done, things I've said in private or with others, they've got notes down here to how and when I brush my teeth. How I react differently when they change the show or tell me different things, or we're nothing but lab rats to them. It's true, and it's my fault. What do you mean? If I hadn't invented this machine in the first place, none of this would have ever happened. Whoa. Yeah, this season is Black Mirror weird. You couldn't have known. You couldn't have known, Scarlet. You really wanted to help people, and that was a great thing. It's not your fault someone ended up using your invention like this. If you say so, Polly. My file says that they wiped my memories, but put me on the show to make sure that no one else could build this technology? I can't even begin to understand how that could even be a reason for causing all this. I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to ease the tension, but it was impossible. Thank goodness. Wait, what? I'm surprised to hear you say that, Yui, all things considered. Sorry, I know how that must have sounded. Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as Allie's. They've tracked, measured, and commented on so many things about us so many times. It feels so violating. But it's not all bad. Did I ever tell you why I came to this show, Polly? No, why's that? I forgot I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. Huh? To be completely transparent, the reason was money, and nothing but that. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone 2 brothers and a whole farm. I remember now. It was Kat who reached out to me. She told me that if I came onto the show, my brothers and the farm would be taken care of for life. How's it going, Millie? You were just in time. We are learning about everybody's pasts. Somebody just, I guess, carelessly left a file out with all of this information. Yeah, you are missing out on the big reveal. Somebody catch Millie up. She told me that if I come onto the show, my brothers and the farm would be taken care of for life. I know this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she held up her end of the deal. Even if I might die here and never see them again, that's too depressing to think, Yui. We're gonna get out of here and see your brothers again, together. Thanks, Polly, I'd like that. Yep, we are not in that group of files. I'm curious, Yui. Wait, are you talking to yourself or is this supposed to be me? I'm curious, Yui, what kind of archetype did they list you as? The girl next door? Damn it, that sounds a lot better than gaming gremlin. Yui, Scarlet, Allie, and I laughed. At times like these, having a mood lifter like Terra around was critical. I looked at Violet, who had been silent the whole time. She was trembling. This is a tune right here. Hold on, we're gonna jam. I like this. This is a good tune. Yeah, them's good and tasty tunes right there. Is this Dream Theater? Violet, are you? Please, God, don't let this be true. Violet fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Violet? Violet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter through the room. Nothing is okay, Polly. It doesn't matter if I get off this island or not. I'm not like you. I have nothing to go back to. No one to stand by me. There's nothing for me either way. Violet, wait! She ran to the stairs. Her sobs echoed through the staircase throughout the lab. I moved to follow her, but Yui stopped me. I think she might need some time alone, Polly. I didn't mean to look, but after her papers scattered around the room, Maybe you should just read it. Yui handed me the papers that were in Violet's file. Violet Valentine is a special case. Otherwise unremarkable, but she's the daughter of Edgar and Vane Valentine, one of our primary investors. It is my understanding that they have recently had a son and want for him to be the next heir after Viola passed. Edgar and Vane sent their remaining daughter, Violet, to us, full well knowing that what this show would entail. They've paid us an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from this show. That's fucked up, dude! That's so fucked! God damn! Violet got the worst of it! We don't even know what's wrong with Terra yet, but I'm sure it's something real fucked. Damn! Remember how we started this game hating every moment we had to spend around Violet and how we very purposefully avoided her the first loop because I didn't want to be around her? Now I feel bad! We just got Satoko'd again! They've paid an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. Even for me, this is too cruel. It was too hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and just stared open-mouthed at Yui. Trash child, Violet! There were no words. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but it was of no use. Did we not find out what Terra's file has? Like, is she the only one we didn't find out about? Why didn't we find out about Terra? Is that important? That's probably important. That's probably one of those things. Yeah, someone get the garbage can back out. Yeah, Terra is just gamer gremlin. What if that's just all she is? Like, even in real life, she's just gamer gremlin. But everybody's had like a cool or sad alternate story to go with them, so I was wondering if she might have, you know, a little more to her character than silly hijinks. Terra is so unremarkable that the game forgot about her. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but it was of no use. Please, just leave me alone, Polly. I'm here if you want to talk. I'm sorry, Violet. I'm here if you want to talk. I'm here if you want to talk, Violet. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I was supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. I don't think I'll make it on my own. It's hardly a surprise, but I didn't sleep well last night. Who could after what happened? And just like that, we're on to day 3. Gotta thank you, Polly. You're making my job easy. I actually got to spend my nights doing productive things now. I'm happy to help with that, however that works. You all right? You don't seem to have your usual energy. Careful, Polly. One slip up with Kat and this is all over. This girl knows shit. I am convinced that she actually knows what we're doing. I am convinced that Kat is not a bad girl. I am fully convinced that, like, she's with us and wanting us to get out of here. I think that she's got to play a role too, because if she doesn't, she's gonna get fucked too, and not in the way that I want to fuck her. I'm good, thanks, Kat. I just didn't sleep too well. Happens to the best of us. Anyway, it goes without saying that Yui is definitely a contender for the final ceremony. Did I die trying yet? No, but there have been a lot of revelations. Somebody please catch Somebody please catch Cappy up. I will attempt to try. Okay, we got the master key, which is good, which that'll let us into another room that Kat's been going into, but we didn't get a chance to use it because somebody found some files that are very important, and they all relate to the actual pasts of everybody that's on this show. Except for us. We don't have a file, but they had a file on Allie, who was sent to be on this show by the government because she's being accused of treason against the government. Scarlet is here because she's the one that created the mind wiping technology, and they don't want anybody else creating it, so they're trapping her here. Yui is here because girl just wants money. Girl wants money and a guarantee that her family back home is going to be okay. And Violet just got the worst of it. Your girl Violet got dumped on real bad. Her own parents basically sold her to this show because she's not as good as her sister was, and they want her new baby brother to be the heir to the family. So they sold her to this show, and with the intent to make sure that she never comes back. And they fund the show! It's very Crusader Kings. It's real fucked up. So your girl turns out to, I think, unless me and Kat have some bad shit going on, it sounds like Violet might have like the most dark backstory of us all. It's pretty bad. We don't know about Terra other than that maybe she's still a gaming gremlin. We did not read her file for some reason. We just left. So we think the joke might be that maybe her whole shtick is that she's just a gamer gremlin. Yeah, Terra, probably gamer gremlin. That would be a funny joke. It would be a waste of a character, but it would be a funny joke. Anyway, it goes without saying that Yui is definitely a contender for the final ceremony. Tara just likes game show video games. She's a Family Feud speedrunner. You could speedrun, what's that one game with the briefcases? Deal or No Deal? Is that Deal or No Deal? With the briefcases with Howie Mandel? You can speedrun that game on the DS, because the randomized seed that the game is supposed to generate isn't random at all. So the first time you boot the game up, the $1 million case is always the same one. I think it's case 16. I remember because like I got the game for my dad for Christmas one year, and yeah, he let me know later in the day. It's like, yeah, like the case is always in six, like the $1 million is always in like case 16 or something. I was like, oh god, that sucks. So yeah, like something about it doesn't randomize. I can't remember if it like sorts itself out after the first game, but I know like the first game is always like a hard seed, so you can always get the $1 million case. We're gonna play non-committal with all of these. We'll see. I'm not so sure just yet. Oh really? That's a surprise. Well, not my problem. Anyway, who's today's unlucky girl? So, who should I be asking on a date tomorrow? Honestly, joking aside, I think you should just ask Violet. Really? I don't think she's in any shape to put on a good show, guys. 18 seconds, so I'm guessing no, it's not fixed. No, it was not fixed, and like they never did a later revision. Thanks for looking that up, Cap. I like that you went and researched that. That's something that I remembered, and I wasn't sure. It's like, wait a minute, am I like, is it a different game, or am I remembering it wrong? Something like that. I don't think she's in any shape to put on a good show. Hello. No, you don't. You don't want to do that at all, cunt. Get the fuck out of here. How about you lick my taint? How about that? Gotta use those legal search skills for something. Alright. Honestly, joking aside, I think you should ask Violet. Really? I don't think she's in any shape to put on a good show. I mean, we need all of us to be able to work together well, to get out of here, right? Fresh ad MILF. I mean, it's a good name, but it's probably just a stolen account. So it's not even like a clever bot. It's just, you know, farmed accounts that were inactive and had easy passwords to crack, so somebody sold them to a bot farm. And what better way to do that than a date to make you feel special? Tara does have a good point. I always make great points. Like seeing if I can arm wrestle one of the zombies Scarlet made that went great. Oh, I remember that. Wait, I was the zombie. That was not a good idea at all. What's the deal with shaped pizzas? Why Batman? Now a jack-o'-lantern? Not even Tara would buy that. I don't know why I did that. That was terrible. Wait, I was the zombie? That's not a good idea at all. Man, I've been going off on just crazy fucking tangents like that lately. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep doing that. I think I might be going crazy. I might be going dementia. Going dementia? Yes, I'm going dementia. Can I take my vote back? What do you think, Polly? I like the idea. We can kill two birds with one stone. I'm sure there's something we could do to help us escape that we could only do on a date with Violet. Oh, I've got it. Tomorrow, you'll be going on a date with Violet. Here's what you're gonna do. Yes, I'm delirious. I'm delirious with fever. I don't have a fever right now, but I'm delirious with sniffles. Violet. I've always wanted to spend more time with her, and there's no time like the present. We'll make it happen. I do have one small request, though. What's that? And will it give me ratings? I think it will. Then let's hear it. I've noticed Violet being a little down lately, so I wanted to cheer her up. I heard that she really likes cooking, especially in groups. Would you mind if we cooked with the staff at noon? I don't see why not. Let's hope it goes better than the last time. Oh, hi Polly. Why'd you bring me here? I'm in a bit of a predicament. You see, I may have made an irresponsible bet. I did not take you for a gambler. Well, I'm not, but the thing is, I heard the cooks bragging that they were the best chefs on the island. But hey, I've tried the food you've made before. I know nobody else could come close to how good you are, so I may have challenged them all to a competition in your name. You are ridiculous, Polly. Violet laughed out loud. That's the smile I like so much. It was nice to see it again. Are you being serious? Dead serious. In a few hours, hundreds of staff are going to come here. Some of them is challenging cooks, some of them as judges, and the rest of them looking for lunch. All of them hungry. Think you're up to the challenge? I am ready to crush the opposition. They will rue the day they challenged me. That's the Violet I like to see. Anyway, what is the theme of this contest? I can't tell you just yet. It'll be announced when it's cooking time. I do like a challenge. We're gonna do Iron Chef, baby! Your theme is eggplant! Would you care to stay with me as I prepare for the festivities? Of course, Violet. Thank you, Polly. I know why we're doing this, and I appreciate it. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, but I feel happier already knowing that you're looking out for me. God, after God, I'm always going to be there for you, Violet. And I for you as well, Polly. We spent the time before the contest just talking about pleasant things completely unrelated to the show, completely unrelated to anything of consequence. You gotta go back for work for a bit? Okay, alright, right. We may be going a little shorter tonight just because I'm not, I am feeling a little under the weather. So I don't know if we'll still be going by the time you get back. I do want to go for at least over an hour, but I don't know how much longer after that I'll be going. We'll see though. I at least want to get to the end of this run of dates and then do the last day next time or something. Not too far from the end. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll have a look here. Sometimes when bad things happen, what you need most is just a semblance of normalcy. Hell yeah. Hope you have a nice rest of your shift, Elfino. Have we found love and or died yet? No, but we found a bunch of girls' original memories and they're all pretty messed up. So now we're trying to hatch a plan to escape this little death game. By the time noon rolled around, hundreds of staff members were filling up the kitchen. I don't want to phase you, Violet, but I will if I have to. Oh, you're challenging me? Like a snail challenging the mighty eagle, you have my respect. It is not too late to change sides. You're going down, Violet. We, the Brothers Five, the best chefs on the island. What's that too? What I meant to say is, wow, you really are the best chef on the island. That's right. Damn it, bros, you can't let her intimidate you like this. If we do, she's already won. Say something, Four. We will meet on the culinary battlefield, Violet. You may have my brothers running for the hills, but not me and Five. Come at me. Let us brandish our forks against each other. 5, do you have anything to say? Wait, what's happening? Huh? I do hope you'll entertain me, brothers. Violet raised a pan towards them. Let us begin! It's time for the cook-off to end all cook-offs. Each cook will cook their own version of a mystery dish, a dish that I will soon reveal for the first time ever. The judges will be everyone who is not a contestant. You must be joking. There's hundreds of people here. How can we ever feed everybody? That's not my problem. And I definitely didn't come up with the rules for this tournament on the spot. Liar. Violet laughed once more. That was enough to keep this charade going. The mystery dish will be spaghetti and meatballs. Hey, guess what? We have everybody here on the island, and we pulled everybody here because those girls are doing some shit in the super duper secret room that we found that we got a master key for. So that's what's going on there. Like taking candy from a baby. Not this again. Oh God, I think I'm gonna faint. One collapsed on the ground. One down, 4 to go. Bro! I knew we should have been accountants. Why are we fooling ourselves? You each have 1 hour. No late submissions will be accepted. Let the games begin! The contestants that were still conscious rushed off to gather ingredients. How are they gonna make that much food? I'm sure they'll figure something out. I watched each of them cook furiously at breakneck speed. Violet was hard at work, sweat streaming down her face, and the biggest smile I'd seen on her all day. One faints, 1 down, 4 to go. 4, why me? Yeah, that would have been a good way to write that. I couldn't help but smile as well. At the same time, 4 was trying to cook his spaghetti with only a microwave. That's a terrible idea. I'm not sure this will be too much of a contest. 1 minute left. Violet filled hundreds of laid out bowls with spaghetti and meatballs in a matter of moments. If you blinked, you'd miss her finish a whole row. Each looked both delicious and artistic. You would have thought that a cook would have spent much longer than an hour putting each of them together. 5 settled on making about 4.5 bowls. I guess everyone has their own pace. Time's up! It's time to judge! The crowd cheered as they stampeded to the laid out bowls. They were practically salivating. After everybody wolfed down the bowls, from each of the contestants, they submitted their vote. The people have spoken. And with a resounding majority, our first ever winner of the Best Chef on the Island in the Middle of Nowhere award is... Violet! Cheer up for Violet, everybody. Let's hear it for Violet. Hold on. Celebrations are in order for Violet. Let's go. Yeah! We did it, everybody. You're her mom now. All right. There we go. If you want to do that, you can type drop. You can use drop, throw, or head pat. There you go. The crowd cheered, myself included. I did it! Me! I did it! Violet jumped up and down with joy. I felt like a kid in a candy store. Just from one look at her. You won fair and square. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you, Tingu, for the wonderful gifts and the head pat. They are on a small cooldown. I think they're like 10 seconds or more a piece. So yeah, so you can't spam them like crazy. And they only work on when I wake up as a pretty princess. They do not work, like you can't throw things at a small plushie. It turns out that'd be a bad idea for reasons unknown. Yeah, your food is the best I've ever had. Though if you'd consider our living standards, that doesn't mean too much. Hey, I just had an idea. What if we get Violet to cook for the staff at lunch instead of us? Seriously, it's been years since we've had real food. What's that supposed to mean? Honestly, I think it's a great idea. I know I hide it well, but I really have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. No way, bro! Violet and I took one look at each other and couldn't help but laugh. I would love to, you guys. The crowd's enthusiasm reached a level of uproarious applause. Everybody's cheering for you, girl. Oh, goodness, you're all too kind. I put my arm around her and smiled. Guess you've got a new job now, Violet. Welcome, you're everybody's cooking bitch now. I guess I do. I'm not sure that's the most romantic thing I could have done. The best spaghetti I ever had was at this church my great-grandma went to when she was still alive. We went to some sort of Thanksgiving fundraiser dinner. I tried to get it somewhere else, but I just couldn't get the spices right. Mine was similarly at some, I don't think that it was a church thing. I think maybe it was. I know, maybe it was like a family reunion I just kind of happened into. Because it wasn't with my family, because I fucking hate my family. I don't even remember the function, but it was a baked spaghetti that I had once that, oh my God, is the most amazing thing. And it's like, I'd never figured out how to cook it. I didn't know the person who made it. But it was amazing, and I tried baked spaghetti a number of times since then. It's just like, yeah, I'm not doing this right, so I don't know. But it was very good. Violet leaned in to kiss me on the lips. Girls going for it! Let's go! I think that only her and Allie are the only two girls that have actually kissed us. For a moment, time stood still, and the only thing you could hear was the crowd's cheer getting louder and louder. We laughed together. I've had so much fun today, Polly, thanks to you. Care to join me by the beach after we clean this place up? I wouldn't miss it for anything. The world would pale in comparison. Wake up in bed with most of them. Yeah, that's a good point. You do. More beach fucking! Forest fucking's okay. Yeah, forest fucking though. I wonder, like, I think that forest fucking probably has more, you know, more of a chance of getting into creepy crawlies that maybe you don't want to get on you. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Hey. She reached her hand out to mine and I held hers tight in return. Hey, Violet. You really gave them a great show, you know? I couldn't have done it without my ever so charming television host. We walked along the beach, our feet bare in the inviting water of the ocean. Really, I'm so grateful to you, Polly. Last night, finding out that what my parents did, that was the lowest point I've ever been to. Centipedes in her vagina? It's more likely than you think. You gotta limit the number of creatures crawling up your butt. There you go, set up a cot. I held her hand even tighter. Honestly, I didn't see a way out. Escaping the island or not, everything seemed like a dead end. But today you helped me remember that even without them, I've still got me. And I like me quite a lot. Yeah, look at this girl. Good on her. God, weren't we the big fat doofuses with egg on our face now when she was very clearly feeling herself when we first met her, and here we were dumping all over that. Now look at us, big old egg on our face. I deserve it. You really are incredible, Violet. That was all you. With you. Violet mumbled something under her breath. Sorry, what was that? Oh, sorry, let me try again. I know I'd be fine on my own, but I'd like me better if I was with you. When we get out of here, I do hope you join me for that cruise. She kissed me again. It felt like magic. Violet, She put her finger against my lips. Shh. I know it's not quite the time for this conversation yet, but please do remember what I've said when all of this is over. Do you mind if we walk for just a bit longer? I don't want this to end. I'll walk with you as long as you wanted to. Can we walk till the sun comes up? Can we talk about anything and everything? So how about we start with planning our cruise together? That would be lovely. We walked together till the dead of night. It was nothing less than magical. How y'all doing? Just after we came back, a huge storm hit outside. We just missed it. I hope you two enjoyed your date today. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time we get this show on the road. Allie took out the master key from her pocket, span it around on a ring in her finger. I think you're looking for spun there. Then put it in the locked door. And we're in. She turned the lock, then pulled the door open. Whoa, this door is a little heavier than I thought it would be. Must be soundproof or something. Whatever, let's go. Aw, man, not another staircase. They would have saved us so much money if they just put this on the main floor. But it wouldn't be very secret then, would it? Secret schmeecret. It's behind a locked door. I guess you have a point. There was another staircase. It wasn't nearly as long as the one in the lab. We've been walking down the steps for only a few moments when we saw where they led. This had to be it. What's it? A while back, Kat told me that all the information on this island was stored in books, that they didn't use anything digital or with the internet. I think I remember that too. Well, it's bullshit. They're an evil corporation intent on world domination through fear and control. Of course they have the internet! And I think we've found a way into their closets, skeletons and all. Sounds like a pretty big deal. That's an understatement. The information in here could change the tide of the war. It could give the resistance a real fighting chance, I think. I like that part of the song because it sounds like it has indigestion. It sounds like it has an upset tummy. But there's more than that, too. What do you mean? My dad, mom, and my brother got taken by these guys a long time ago. I don't even know if they're still alive. I was too young to really understand what was happening. If there's anything that could help me find them again, or at least find out what happened to them, it's in this computer. That was the reason I came here. The whole reason I risked everything. What if it doesn't have what I'm looking for? What if Allie... Yui ran to Allie's side and hugged her tightly. It's gonna be okay. You believe in me, right? She took deep breaths. I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm okay now. Thanks, Yui. I didn't do anything. Are you ready? Let's do this. I looked to Violet as Allie prepared to turn the computer on. She looked as concerned as I did, but we couldn't let it show. The screen lit up with a single message. Password required. Well, I did think it was going to be... I did think it was going a little too smoothly. I'm not giving up just yet, though. She tried a few different passwords on the keyboard, but none of them worked. 5396! That's gotta be it! Damn it. I bet only Damien or Kat know this, and there's no way we could just ask them. Silence fell upon the room. It can't end like this. It just can't. I've got an idea. It's not going to involve wrestling zombies again, is it? Hey, I've had better ideas than that. What I mean to say is I think we have a way to crack the code. She's going to be Hackermans. I'm a programmer. I can make something that could try all the possibilities for the Okay, she was making a game. So I suppose that her being able to code up like a brute forcing program isn't out of the realm of possibility. It would take some time, especially if it locks me out after too many attempts, but eventually I'd get the password. Yeah, that is something someone can do. I know people that have written brute force password crackers before. Although there's no guarantee we'd get the answer before the show was over. It's a lot better of a shot than I thought we had. Allie ran over to Tara and hugged her tightly. Thank you, you awesome little you. This is nice. Feel free to compliment me more. Oh, 5396 is from a stream that me and Fi did years ago at this point, where she got the password is randomly generated for this one portion of the game, and she wanted me to remember it, and the password she got was 5396, and basically the joke is I just kept reminding her the entire stream, despite the fact that she only needed me to remember the code for like 2 or 3 rooms, but I spent 3 hours reminding her of the password. I bet you're really glad you have me as a friend, aren't you? I bet you would love to have me over your shoulder reminding you incessantly and making a very dumb joke like that and just beating it into the concrete. That reminds me, I need to tell you guys something important. What's that? I have our escape plan. We're going all triumphant now. Damn. 8675396. Would you tell me the end of Ganon's Castle Ocarina of Time, the code to get to the Goma boss fight is 231? You got it, Jetstorm. 231 is the code that you are going to need for that specific point in the game, and I will let you know. This motherfucker thinks I won't DM him on Twitter or send him random messages at 4 in the morning. If I get your phone number, I'll fucking text you. Don't think I won't, Jetstorm. When you stream Ocarina of Time, you will? Alright, you got it. You got it. Give me a heads up. I have our escape plan. She took out the master key and held it out for all of us to see. There's a hidden hangar I found by the beach, just a little further from where I first found the plane. Now that we have this key, we know how it works. We can use it to disable the hangar security, commandeer a plane, and fly the hell out of here. Who's flying a plane? We practically jumped for joy. I can't believe it. We're almost out of here. It's been a long time coming. Well, soon, but not just yet. With this storm raging, there's no way we're getting anywhere tonight, least of all off the ground. But if there's clear skies tomorrow night, that's where we'll be. Well, what about the computer? Don't you need to crack it before we go? Yeah, like, what about your family? Well, that'd be the ideal case. But honestly, I've gotten to know you guys and care about you guys, and I've decided that it's more important to save the people I care about that are right in front of me than chase a pipe dream. No, I won't accept it. If I were in your shoes and I was looking for my brothers and I just gave up looking for them, I'd regret it forever, and I know you would too. But I can't ask you guys to stay here any longer. We're in danger if we stay here. Yui speaks for us too. To have family that you really care about and that cares about you too, you can't give up on that. We're not going anywhere until we crack that code, even if it takes till the last day. Guess what, guys? It's going to take till the last day. Dolls! Everybody go follow my good pal, Duels! Duels! He is playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and he has been on Chapter 5 for at least a year. Gotta eat some dinner. I figured that. I figured it was about that time. Yeah, 10 more years. It's gonna be like 10 more years on Chapter 5. One of these days you'll move on to the castle. One of these days. I think you are just literally trying to kill the villain like with old age, aren't you? You're just doing that thing in Metal Gear Solid 3 where you set the PlayStation clock forward a million years and it's like, oh, okay, the end just died. I will tell the cute green girl you said hi. She's a gamer girl. You'll love her. I kind of, yeah, I was like, why was that? Like, it's like, of course, of all the girls on this screen, that's the one that Dolls is gonna love. Yes. And like, Terra's been kind of the worst character in the game, but just because she's just kind of been a boring one note. But yeah, like, I figured that she would be the one you would like. How's it going, Duck? Anyway, we're like smack dab into what I think is sort of like heading toward the climax of a visual novel. So to kind of give you the quick rundown of what we're doing, we have, for some reason, we have been thrown onto a dating show where we have to literally find love or die trying. We are about the climax too. And basically what we've learned is that all of these people are here because we were forced to be here to sort of play this, not really a death game, but we have been repeating this same week of this television show for at least 2 years. And they keep wiping our memory. And for some reason, it's all dependent on me picking a girl to fall in love with. But now we think we found a way out of the loop. We're hatching an escape plan, but we're not gonna go just yet because Allie needs to find out if her family's alive or dead. Because she was thrown into this game show because she's apparently been accused of treason against the government. I think I kind of gave you the best Cliff Notes version of this story I can. No, I can't allow it. I won't take the chance I won't take that chance with your lives. I'm not backing down on this. What do you think, Polly? Whoa. We need to take this chance. We can't take this risk. I don't understand these choices. These don't sound worded right to what we just read. Take it! Yep, I'm gonna save. Just to be on the safe side, take the chance. All right. We need to take this chance. I think you need this. Guys, take a chill pill for a second. Huh? I'm a programming god. Best of the best. I'm gonna have that code cracked by tomorrow, and that's a promise. So don't worry, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much, really. The music's great. Believe in Terra, I guess. Couldn't pick between Hunai and Mute, so we had 5 girls to pick from, and we're all already dead. Why are you thanking all of us? I'm the one who has to write the code. We laughed together. Something that I thought might have been impossible after the initial bad news. We're in this together, and we're getting out together. No one gets left behind. After we called it a night, I laid in bed, deep in thought. She's the Lotus of the situation. That's too mean. Yeah, Lotus doesn't deserve that. I love that we were on the same page. Who'd have thought that I could have ended today feeling inspired after everything that happened last night? We've got this. Polly, one more thing before we turn in for the night. What do you want? What's up, Tara? I got caught up in the heat of the moment earlier and... oh no. I got no idea. No. I do not like where this is going. How to do this, cuz I remembered that all I know about hacking are videos of people typing really fast and saying I'm in. Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't! No! That is about the best fucking twist you could have had! That fucking dork! That's literally the best fucking twist you could have had with this character. Oh my god. I take it back, Tara. You're amazing. Gah! I practically flew out of bed. Thank God it was just a nightmare. Oh. What does it take to get a good night's sleep in a killer dating game show? Come on. Boo. I think it was funnier if that would have actually been the case. I bet the only video games yet. So, like, great. We're back to Tara just being fucking useless. Okay. Also, this is Kat, and I love her. I think she's the best character in the game. Please ignore any thirst you hear that may be directed at her, explicit or no. She's amazing. I love her. I fell in love with her literally 6 seconds into the game, and it was just like, why do I keep playing the game? I've already fallen in love. What are you smiling about? Well, when I'm around you, what reason would I have to not smile? Yesterday's date with Violet, things are going well. It just feels like things are going pretty well. Here's hoping it stays that way. Well, don't get too comfortable. You still got a few days left, and then it's back to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet, better soon than later, you cost too much to keep around. Anyway, the million-dollar question, who's today's lucky girl? Who's it gonna be? How's it going, Rye Guy? Hope you're doing well. That would be... Alright, so tomorrow it's gonna be either Tara or Allie. It's probably best if we go with Tara. But doesn't Tara need time to crack the code? And also, isn't she the most boring? Nah, I already finished making the code breaker. It's trying every password as we speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we're both done. We've both done our dates, but it's worth a shot. Thanks, Tara. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why is that? I don't know. You're some super spy from some super secret organization. You definitely got bigger heist potential than I do. I don't know about that, but sounds good to me. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. Scarlet, Violet, Yui, I'm gonna need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance. You bet. I'll help however I can. Well, here we are. It's just us. Hooray. Sweet. All right. Right. Polly, what's up? I didn't just build a code breaker. I built a game that works with it. No, not another game. No. Oh, you couldn't let me get out of this game without another bad video game scene. Oh. What do you mean? She handed me her console. I just whipped it up real quick. It looks like a code-breaking game, but really, it works directly with the computer we found. If you get the password right in this game, we'll have access to the computer. Make sense? Good news! She made Bonsai Buddy! Amazing! I can't believe you whipped up something so fast. It wasn't hard. It was just a big middle finger to my mom, who thought all of my screen time was a waste of time. Anyway, I figure we can play this game here and there during our date. Try whatever passwords come to mind. Obviously, not for the whole date because ratings and all, but as much as we can. Are you sure this will work? Trust me, when have I ever been wrong? She cackled maniacally. Let's hope this works. I'd like to spend, oh God, even saying it out loud made me like want to cough. I'd like to spend today with Tara. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Even Kat's just like, what? You really? Do you? Try not to spend all of it playing games though. Believe it or not, that isn't what viewers want in a primetime slot. You hear that? Nobody wants to watch anybody play video games during primetime hours. Did you hear that? Chat. Nobody wants to watch anybody play video games during primetime hours. We good? Everybody get it? Get it? Did you get the very funny thing? The funny thing that they said. I said. I'm the one that said it. No promises, but I'll try my best. It ain't much, but I'll take it. Sorry, Kat, that's pretty much the plan. Hey, Polly, you up to play some games? Games! I'd love to, but Kat wants us to do some other games it is! Sweet! There's no stopping Tara when she puts her mind to something. We started playing together in the games room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like a regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. This isn't a video game, this is literature, like Dante's Inferno. Even if Tara and I never went on crazy adventures like I did with Allie, it didn't make moments with her any less special. If I forget that we're trying to hack into some confidential database, this really is like a fun day at home with your partner. How about Tara is the best? It's worth a shot. Nope, doesn't work. The nerve of them. Tara rules? That's a miss. Was the T capitalized? Maybe add 0123 at the end of it? Thank goodness we have the code breaker running in the background. Time to switch gears. Let's give Kat some footage to work with to keep us alive. Oh shit, what are we gonna do? Jesus Christ, are we gonna take matters into our own hands here? Good God, Polly, why the sun? Go on, without me. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we always end up back inside the mansion, huh? And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're right. Up for a few more rounds of that game we just played? Sure. How about Damien Black sucks? Nope, doesn't work. Cat Black sucks? No! I hate Tara even more now. Not that either. How about Polly? Oh, come on, now you're just guessing. Like I wasn't before? Well, I'll try. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Get out of here, video game. Get out! The two of us looked at each other like deer in the headlights. Whoa. We cheered as if our favorite team had just won on a sporting event. Wait a minute. Why would the password be your name? Don't say that out loud! That doesn't make any sense. Predictable. My guess is as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight. I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough games for today. I never thought I'd hear you say that, Tara. I'm full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside? Sounds like a plan to me. Awesome, let's go. We ended up going back inside a minute later, but the rest of the day with Tara was still a lot of fun. I wonder how, like, when people play this, like, because you think that, like, you know, the gamer people are always gonna go for the gamer girl, because, I mean, like, you know, Persona 5, like, what did everybody want? Futaba, even though that is very weird because she's not emotionally mature. My thoughts on that aside, gamer people, like, you know, like, and like, she doesn't really have any semblance of romance at all. Like, when you date her, like, there's nothing at all. I wonder if that was, like, a conscious decision to just kind of, like, flip the bird at people a little bit. And we're in. The password prompt closed with a satisfying ding ding. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff in here. They aren't, no. They are never in the same sentence. Why would there be a folder called homework? Whoa, that is definitely a porn folder name. Tara was about to open it until Allie intervened. Do you mind if I take a look? Forget why we're here for a second, sure. Let's see. Allie started going through the folders, databases, reports, anything that could be useful. At the same time, Tara started downloading all the files to her console. Doesn't look like there's anything here about why my name was the password. The rest of us, all the rest of us could do was give Allie and Tara the space they needed. Seems like it's only gonna be up from here, team. I was worried for Allie, especially if we couldn't get into the computer, but it looks like we got in after all. Tara was going for the porn. Yeah, I'm with you there. It's too soon to say anything, but I hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So what's the first thing you're gonna do when we're out of here? I thought we weren't going to jinx it. I'm gonna get straight back to helping people the way I know best. Nothing's changed in that regard. That's a lovely aspiration. Do me a favor and make sure your inventions don't get used on yourself again, okay? I mean, it's not like I was trying to. I admire how you can be so sure. As excited as I am to leave this place, I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing after. That's totally okay, Violet. That's part of the fun in life, just figuring it out as you go. I suppose so. Violet looked at me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. Yo, what you got? Guess who's back, bitch? What Tara wants to say is, we did it. I've got everything I need to help turn the tide of the war, and I know where my family is. And they're alive. I'd never seen Allie so happy. She jumped toward me and hugged me. Oof. That's fantastic. That's such a relief. I'm so happy for you, Allie. Good job, Tara. You cracked the code. Not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did it for me and my family. I can't ever thank you enough. She pulled out the master key from her back pocket and swirled it around in her right hand. You guys ready to get out of here? Actually, I was thinking of staying here for the rest of my life. Not having the internet is the best thing ever. I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here. After you, Allie. Hey guys, are we going to sneaky out of here? God, I hate Maury. So stupid. We followed Allie out of the mansion, through the forest, into the hangar. Whoa, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. I don't blame you, it's pretty out of the way. Yeah, I don't know, this seems a little weird. Maybe it's because it's night and they the brothers shut the mics off at night. Brother number 4. Yeah, there you go. Not that we have to worry about it now. Allie put out the master key and swirled it around her right hand. You keep doing that, and I'm imagining we're gonna lose it. She walked to the door of the hangar and put the key into the lock. What? She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. Oh, we're dead. Oh, we did. Oh, she tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge. I don't understand. I've seen Cat use this key everywhere, including here. They must have changed the locks. Does this mean that we're stuck here? It was rare to see Allie tripped over her words. It hurt to see her so defeated. I don't know. An uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I gonna die here? All right, guys, I've got a plan. I'm gonna go seduce Cat. Like, I'm gonna turn on all the charm. We're gonna get that girl into the bedroom. Boom. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I'm good at this. Where were you when Polly died drawing? I'll get that key after a little bit. Don't worry. Like Cat is going to be sideways on a bed. Wah, wah, wah. bust the lock. Isn't she part of the resistance that knows nothing about busting a lock? All of us? No, we are not out of this just yet. I refuse to give up again. But we can't get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering the alarms. For now, yes, but getting in later is a different story. If I remember correctly, whenever you went on a third date with Polly, you would fly in a plane together. Well, I'm assuming the plane was you two. It's just like you to try something crazy and drag in Polly. I can't refute that. That was definitely us. How we never died in those plane rides, I'll never know. That means the staff don't mind that you take the plane during the date, which means we should be able to ask for the key temporarily. We'd still be able to get the plane. It has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than usual, but we'd still have a chance. Exactly. The rest of us can be relatively close by, perhaps at the beach to avoid suspicion. Then, when you get the plane, we run over, you pick us up, and we're out of here. This could work. It's better than how my plan turned out. It's better than how my plan turned out anyway. Have Violet cook the lock? There you go. I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We've got this. We'd be in a tight spot without you. This is a team effort. Without each of us here, we'd be stuck here with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself. I'm sure I could get out of here on my own. You would shut down the second you reached the beach, Tara. On second thought, maybe teamwork makes the dream work. We laughed together. The moon was infinitely better than it was just a few moments ago. We spent the rest of the night talking through details of the plan, including what we would do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure though, we weren't giving up on getting out of here. It all ends tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna be like 2 or 3 minutes, get up, walk around a little bit, refill my drink, and I guess we're just gonna try and finish this. Hey, thanks for the drop. All these wonderful little presents just for me. Got some sushi, got some moon pies, got some cantaloupe, got Contra Hardcore. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab a drink and I'm gonna like chill for a couple seconds, and then we'll be back and we're gonna make a run at finishing this. And Poncho, like when I get back, give me an idea of how much we have left. That way I know how to kind of ration out my voice here. Anyway, I will be right back. Yeah, there's a uni plush there. You can throw at, you can do exclamation point, throw, head pat, and drop. Those are the 3 commands I have when I am in pretty princess mode if you want to use them. Anyway, there you go. You can throw things at me. Feels good. Yeah, Uni's the best. Uni's amazing. We love Uni around here. We are a bunch of Uni appreciators. I'll throw something at myself. Nah, I just gave myself a head pat. Oops. Ow. Ow. There we go. Hey. Good job. There you go. Yeah. Those commands are throw, head pat, and drop. Okay, where was I? All right, video game. I've got to play the video game. All right. When Uni is available for my party, yes, absolutely. She is always in the party. Absolutely. No fucking cap. The only thing you let your chat do is summon Craig Stadler. Well, I mean, that's a good use of time and points. All right. What do you know, Polly? You actually made it to the last one-on-one date. How are you feeling? I'm feeling pretty damn good. Yeah, you can use your own emotes in other people's channels. Honestly, pretty good. I'm excited to see how a day with Allie will be. Oh, you've got a real surprise in store. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special date for you. And by all of us on the crew, I mean the Brothers 5. Yeah, you also let us crucify the doof. How about you go find her? Spend some time together while we set things up for you. Sounds like a plan, Cat. Let's see. Oh, it looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm headed. Don't do anything we can't air. Murder is okay, but God forbid someone takes their top off. I waved to Cat as I went on my way. I love how aware this game is. The Brothers 5 breaking out in hives. Just as Cat said, Allie was by the beach. She was looking out at the ocean. Morning, Allie. Polly, it's always so nice to see you. The difference between Allie's voice during the day and night was like night and day. I guess we do have to worry about the cameras, but still, it takes some getting used to. I know it's gonna be rough on top of your previous dates with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot. I'm looking forward to it, Allie. You better be. We're saving the best for last. She reached for my hand. Walk with me? I reached for her outstretched hand. It would be my pleasure. The two of us walked around the beach for a while, getting to know each other. She was the first girl that we kind of like mainlined in the first loop of the game before we realized it was looping. We were like, yeah, we loved Allie in our first round. So what will you be doing when the show's over? Well, first thing I'm gonna do is say hey to my family again and make them a nice dinner. I'm sure they've gone sick with worry in the week since I've been gone. I wonder what they're thinking right now. It's been at least 2 years since then. Cat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Allie doesn't have that luxury. Anyway, I've got a surprise for you. Come on. She pulled me along by the hand into the forest. I have to say, Allie's really impressed me. Of course, it was her deliberate plan to come into the forest and get to the hangar, but she made it seem so spontaneous. You're gonna love it. I saw it the moment she did. It was all we could do. All we could do was stand and watch. No. She staggered and almost fell. And who could blame? They blew the fucking plane up, dude. You assholes! The hangar was engulfed in roaring flames. The heat was incredible. There was no way either of us could take another step towards the hangar without being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted me without mercy. We were at a loss for words, and in front of all those flames was her, walking away from the flames. Somehow, I just know it was her. Sorry, Allie, Polly, there's been a small change in plans. I'm sure you can tell, but we've hit a few snags with the hangar. How about you two spend your day on the ground instead? I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. Yeah, we're still going. I'm not feeling that bad now, weirdly enough. Like, I started the stream, and I was kind of feeling not great, but I'm fine. I'm feeling pretty good now. Maybe just time around friends is all you need. Welcome back. Our escape plan is going up in flames, and we think my wonderful girlfriend here did it. She's keeping me here, which I think is adorable, honestly. What? What? Oh no. I don't like this at all. You blew it up. Yep, dropping all the hot saves. I'm not attacking her. I can't. I don't wanna. But I can't. I can't or I'll be killed. And not just me, but everyone else. I told myself back. I hold myself back from giving away what this plane meant to me. Took all the strength I had. I need to calm down. Cat might be able to read my face and see that. Sounds fine to me, Cat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? We're still looking into it. Well, either way, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else, Polly? She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could she smile at me like this? Of course, Allie. For the rest of the day, Allie and I put on the performance of a lifetime. Though our faces were all smiles and laughter, we knew, now more than ever, that we were trapped in Kat's macabre puppet show. And Kat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape, but how? Did we make a mistake? Did 4 give us away? Should we have ever trusted him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking, and the end of the show looms closer and closer. God, I love her, though. God! She's so good. Like, why would I not want to remain here with her? It's time I'm supposed to meet with the group, but what could we even do? There's no way we could escape. Our last chance died with the hangar. Should I just make a break for it? No, I'd never make it, and the others would suffer for my mistake. What do I do? You don't look so good, Polly. I've been better. I've been better, Kat. It hasn't exactly been sunshine and rainbows today. You really aren't much for acting, are you, Polly? Oh, no. Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. My blood ran cold. You know, take the plane, fly away from here. It wasn't hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my voice wouldn't come out. Yep, time for a little time to throw the noodles in the blender again. It was all I could do to stand wide-eyed. I know you and the others found the lab, got your memories back. Well, at least the others did. And I know that every night you all work together to try to find a way out. I mean, of course I'd know. I'm the reason you got this far. What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save us all. You'll save all of us time. We walked to the locked room near the games room. What if this is her actually helping us get out? What if this, like, she's done all this, she's kept everybody off of us. What if she's trying to get out too? I think she's putting on a show. We walked to the locked room near the games room. She took out her master key and spun it around. I think I could get down to this music with her. Yeah, I'd be down. You never really thought a bunny could take a key from me, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. She opened the door. The others were inside, looking as surprised as I was. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now, Cat. How about 2? First, your inside man was never 4. It was me! Yes! 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 It was me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, it's so good! I mean, come on. He wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, you only ever had a chance at escaping this island because of me. Newsflash, Allie. Those tanks were just those tanks never just bug out. You're the one who let me out of my tank? The one and only. Allie was at a loss for words, and I was no different. What do you want, Cat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want off this crazy train. I want out. I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. What? Do I have something on my face? As hard as it is to believe, the list of people who want to stay on this island is pretty short. Hell no, we can't trust you. I'm not sure how, but I remember I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you. I even fell for you. Even 5 girls isn't enough. Unbelievable. And then you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we could ever trust you. You're just going to stab us in the back. Is that true, Cat? I'm ashamed to say it is. But I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you, Polly. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat because there was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like the villain to you, but believe me, I have people I care about too. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up the only way out of here? You're lucky I did, Polly. And if you'd actually flown his plan, you'd all be at the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? It's a cruel trick of Damien's. He knew there was a chance that people on this show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build the hangar and the plane. It's the one place anyone trying to escape would go. Exactly. I've told you in the past, Allie, never fly that plane or take the boat out of sight of the island. Yeah, the plane probably has 0 fuel or a bomb on it that just literally explodes once it's at a certain proximity. If you did, you would have blown up like fireworks. But Allie and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. What barrier? Exactly! And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me and us escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. Allies? Let's discuss first. Cat leaned against the wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can we really trust her? This might be another trap. It's not like it'd be the first. It's not like it'd be the first by her you'd fall into, Polly. You're right. That said, it's not like we have much other choice at this point. Even if she'd done terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You all right, Allie? I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive. That's what counts. She's right, you know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. You're right, Polly. As much as I hate to say it, I think we'll need Kat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want it to stay that way. I'm trusting my girl. I'm trusting my girl to the end. We have to trust her. Sure. I'll be keeping an eye on her though. No, Tara did not really become much relevant. She wrote the password cracker that let us get the password. And it turns out we didn't need it. The password was literally my name. So that's all she did. We can't afford to blindly trust anyone who says they can help us. All right, Kat, if you want our help, you're gonna need to answer a few questions. Ask away. What the hell is this sick show for? And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of hundreds of killing shows we air, shows that keep people scared, that keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear? You broadcast exactly what will happen to you if you rise up. What if Tara is also Damien's daughter? The last second betrayal? Yeah, a fake contestant to keep an eye on Kat. It does make sense. Like, Yui would maybe be my pick for that. I just feel like she's always kind of felt weird to me. Despite the fact that, you know, she had a cute story and everything, she's the one that's always kind of felt odd and a little queer to me. You're monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Allie. Continue. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'd air it. But it wasn't efficient. But we couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from dead. It was the same for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show. They'd remember the previous versions that would influence their opinions. There was no way to test multiple versions of the show without losing the feeling that the lives were really in danger. But the memory rewriter would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, each as if it were the first time to all of you. Yeah, like she's only doing it for money. And that's exactly what we've been doing here for the last 2 years. It was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know the people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats, while I genuinely was afraid for my life, it's sickening. We were silent for a while. If you've been testing this show for this long, when's the real thing? There is no real thing. It's only what version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien is willing to spend on this show, and that time is almost up. This is the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know Damien, and I know Damien and I have said we'd just let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yep. I'm sorry I've waited this long to try and help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I've nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies, at least till we're out of here? I don't really have a choice this time either, do I? If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true, and my word would count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. Then it's a deal. Allie shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to... I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore. And we don't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway, the only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no other planes on this island? A boat would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island which performs two functions. First, it renders us invisible to satellite. It's the reason why your people can't find us, Allie. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside the barrier, it'll get fried, unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off the island that will have a signal is the boat. I'm betting it'll be heavily guarded. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who will have to watch out for. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them, and not even 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. Does it involve a bunny rabbit? Please tell me it does. Though I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. If it involves zombies again, I'm out! Yui explained her plan to us, with a renewed confidence that we could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we still have tomorrow, so we'll just have the amount of time we need. This might just work, Yui. You're a mad genius. It's crazier than anything I'd imagined, and crazy enough to work. Let's get to work. Wait, were we even listening to the same plan? The others went their separate ways to help prepare for Violet's plan. But Kat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. Yes, I've got some business. I've got some business with Kat. Some business, if you will. Business. Know what I mean? Business. What's up? Checking her books. Sex! There you go. Tengu gets it. I'm glad somebody in chat got it. What's your game? I want to trust you, Kat. I really do. But you're up to something, aren't you? Just like every other time I trusted you. I can't blame you for feeling that way. And I can't take back what I've done before. The only thing I can say to try and make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, Polly. And that is, if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met and you never will. Somebody innocent. It's strange. This woman has put me through hell, treated me like a lab rat and more, and yet somehow I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with Violet's plan either way. I'll trust you, Kat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more, no? I've gotten to know you over these past few years. Not more than a couple weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative, and I have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip to the part where you're going to compliment me, please? You're also incredibly crass, you keep secrets from everybody, and you finished! But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never a part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Yet you did, over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that over and over, full well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, Polly. But you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've done for you, the others, it's been for my own selfish reasons. It just happens to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others with preparing the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. It's as if something is on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can't grasp it. It's somehow, I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Like, I'm wondering now if, like, maybe we have a kid with her, and I don't know. It seems weird. Like, I don't know who else she would want to get out of here but me and or, like, a child. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff and said, "A thank you for all your hard work party." As soon as she told the staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure the other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so they could get her to notice them, and she knew it. She knows how to work it. She knows what she's working with. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan is really coming together. Tara and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Tara used Kat's producer room to try to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Tara found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charm and made sure that they came with her to the party. And when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission, Allie took over, though I'm told she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did! A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten? As they should have. It is fine food. Well, looks like it's all going according to plan. I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Allie. We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky. Whoa, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks were practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. I thought she was gonna do something to like make them all go to sleep. Like maybe Violet cooked tiny like micro machines into the food and she was gonna press a button to knock them all out or something. I don't know. That's sort of like the Umineko theory of tiny bombs. Scarlet making white phosphorus. Yep. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It was going to be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. How about instead, we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow! Yuck. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise, and exercise Allie picked up Tara over her shoulder. And away we go! Come on, come on! Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where the people were dancing. The others followed close behind. But I want to dance with Cat. Why can't I dance with Cat? Why didn't I get I didn't get a choice in this at all. You sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had, out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow, and now we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. Well, I guess we're bracing for it. I hear it's going down. Now where it's at, homeboy? We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure the boat really is coming. It's later than usual. You think they're onto us? No, it'll just be a little longer. It's cold. I mean, there's no point in worrying about that. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another and another. We were losing hope. I guess It's here. Cat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge despite how far it was. It must be massive from up close. All right, it's only gonna be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. It's a schooner! You dumb motherfucker, it's not a schooner, it's a sailboat. From what Cat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm and our chance of escaping will go from slim to nil. According to Cat, it's how I got caught the last time. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, jumped into bed, and pretended to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening a door. It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps. A door would open, more footsteps, short pause, footsteps again. A door would close, repeat. Over and over, closer and closer, till it got to my room. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens. I can tell they're probably about 5 people. Breathe in. They're closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering something under their breath. You have to pity her. Come on. She could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. Feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me, step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think it takes everything I have not to move and every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're on to me. I can't help but ball up my fist in my fist in my hand. Never mind. We're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I heard them walk further away from me, then outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Like taking candy from a baby. Wait, where's Tara? I'll go check on her. As if on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good, don't worry about it. You're a traitor, aren't you? You're a traitor. I don't like this. I think she actually is gonna fucking... I think she is. I think she's the... Oh my god, I think she's the rat. I'm good, don't worry about it. And I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we have just the thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, I went through the trouble of preparing such a big party for all the staff. It would be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. Brains! Bananas! Brains and bananas! Brains accounting should have your hundreds of zombies littered the field. Right. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make shit, Scarlet. You better be glad that you did. Now that I think about it, couldn't we have just put Sleeping Agent or something like that in? Well, where's the fun in that? Well, we've still got to get past them to get to the boat, right? Don't worry about it. I've got a fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Turn her loose, let's go! Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got to the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about her when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was in clear sight. I wish that they would have actually done the stupid Gatling gun scene again and shown her actually mowing down zombies, because that was that was actually a really good scene. Like, just telling me that she did something to take them out is less fun. I feel like they should have shown the Gatling gun scene again. Let's not waste any time. We rushed onto the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with and I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way that it was last time. You know what, Polly? Come with me just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. You lead the way. It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange. Where are they? This is exactly the situation I want to be in alone with Cat. Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. Found it! Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear, and this is gonna take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything, though. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself this isn't exactly a trade school on the island. If I hadn't, I'd never be able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get it now. Why you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that and you'll raise a death flag for the both of us. Jeez! We can talk more later if you'd like. Oh! Oh! Oh, 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 oh! I would like. Mommy would like. Mommy would like. In the meantime, the boat's fixed. Nice! Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine to the boat. We were good to go. We literally jumped for joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this. We're finally getting out of here. It's hard to believe, but it's true. We did it. Now, you don't have to thank me all at once. Yeah, like, where's Damien? We really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. This is going too well. You did. We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. I actually should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. Oh, there it is. The intercom rang out. Cat turned white as a sheet when we heard the voice. It was all too familiar. No. Damn it. Damien. Ding, ding, ding. I guess you learned at least something in school, Cat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's gotta win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother would be proud of the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming Polly and those other bitches, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these. God damn it! Oh, that is fucked, dude! Bitches. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? After all, I'd do this to my own daughter. Imagine what I'd do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake. Even though we were in a boat, I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean all around the island. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat. What would I do for Kit Kat? Oh, but I am literally her puppy dog. Whatever she wants. Higher and higher till the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. How about we play a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him. It looked like a strange kind of stadium. I got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'd be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz on in and flip it. We've gotten rid of all of our security. But the switch is only gonna work if you have 2 people's handprints with producer level clearance. Sure, you've got Cat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun that I'd been shot with before. Though, don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands are tied. We've no choice but to go back. Hello? He's got a gun? He'd take us all down before we even have a chance to grab him. Like, there's like 6 of us. There's like 7 of us and 1 of him. Yeah, like, our odds still seem pretty good. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We've got an ass to kick. Tell him, Violet! No, that's exactly what Damien wants you to do. The turning around part or the ass kicking? I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you, if we do just that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out of here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. Polly and I will go flip the switch. Besides, we're the only 2 people here who can do anything about it. We're producers. What do you mean by that? I thought that only you and Damien... I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Polly, are you ready to run? I won't allow it. There's no way we're letting Polly go back there without us. You said it, sister. I'm not letting you all lose your one chance at getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this, Cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core, but Cat's right. I'm a producer, baby! Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. It feels great. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct, like my body had done this before countless times. I looked back to the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. I went back to running. I followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I'd planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. It would be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? We'll find out if you're together. Though if you look at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Yeah, the girls are all on the boat with Tara. That doesn't make me feel weird at all. Before you came onto this show, you were a producer, just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. There was nothing different to compare it with. But then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but meeting you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down. If we wanted there to be a world out there at all. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them away to safety, fake their deaths, everything. And we did just that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day, he got closer and closer to figuring out until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out right when we were trying to escape? Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you would. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. Part of me wants to trust Cat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. How can I forget that betrayal, even if she had her reasons? Sure, I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Cat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Cat took out her master key and slid it into the hidden socket in a wall behind one of the tanks. Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into two doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then light, blinding light, and applause? Welcome, welcome, you finally made it. Damien's face was plastered all over countless screens in a stadium that could hold tens of thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls, of all shapes and sizes, and littered with guns. Why is there a maze and what is going on here? Are they gonna make us do like a final janky-ass first-person shooter boss fight? Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was there from the screens. We wouldn't have a show with you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. Aw man, you couldn't even bring back the others? You're no fun. You really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I gotta say I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old haunt just from a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, you dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you room and board? You gave Polly a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun, and more ammunition than he needs to kill us both. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field? It's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons laying around are useless. They were meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Well, most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if you knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped in his shows just enough hope for escape, and then he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fakes. Boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If you're gonna make it through this, you can't fall for his game. Understand? Loud and clear. And let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall to take cover between. Taking cover between each time. Whenever we had a chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We only had seconds to check each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through a wall Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like two rats in a lab. I fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck! It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Polly, are you okay? I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find the switch. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working, but why? He's reloading. Come on, it's literally the Revolver Ocelot fight. We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and for any weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Damn, looks like they're fake too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear that it was no more than a plastic toy. But the second one, Kat realized it the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. All right, that's good. Another 2 shots rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck, how come he keeps getting the fucking hand cannon? Well, the budget's gotta go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with a gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran further through the stadium, opposite the entrance, until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they would have hit it better. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. Congrats! You found the switch! It's a damn shame. I forgot to mention something about the switch here. It won't do jack shit, even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat. Well, let us just remedy that. and I plan on sticking around. But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Kat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Kat, Polly, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. We'll forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on Find Love or Die Trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know. Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, then I'm coming for you. The screens shut off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on their face. There was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. Polly, I can't imagine what's racing through your head right now. You probably think I'm gonna betray you again, right? I was at a loss for... Yes, please don't kill yourself to save me! I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun. The only one, the only real one we've got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to know how that... I'm not stupid enough to not know how that sounds. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long now, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me? I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet at taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me, she closed her eyes and pressed her finger against her forehead. Then please, just make it quick. The gun in my hand had never felt so heavy. On one hand, a guarantee that I can make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all she's done to me? Can I really believe her words? When the memories that can prove when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. We trust Kat. It's not even a question. I trust you, Kat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done? After everything you've done, yes. I still trust you. I didn't even save, man! That's how deep we're in! I am ride or die for this bitch! I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it, but I know there's good in you, and I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you, Polly. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hit it with the same poker face she always had. We dashed into another wall for cover, looked around and repeated. How much time had passed? It felt like I'd been looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can't be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. I glanced around and looked at her, and back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. We've only got one shot to make or break it. Look back to Kat. She's checking the corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying. Not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun off of its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run. Something I've forgotten. Something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours had it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be there any minute. And our only saving grace? Our ship wouldn't start. That's it then. I'd never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing we can do, Polly. The engine's broken and the guards will be here any minute. Yeah, this is the dream sequence. We've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's two of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention, you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head on would be suicide. She's shooting us. She's going to shoot us so that we don't resist and get killed for real. That's why she shot us. Because we're a terrible shot and she knows that like we'd be fucked if we even tried. So she's literally shooting us to like prove to her dad that like, yeah, no, like, look, I did this. I set this up. But that's not what you'll be doing. Me, I'm just some nobody, but you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. Yeah, Kat rules, basically. She was horrified. I would be too if I were in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this, Polly. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either. But us both dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here. A second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You'll have to find that out yourself. They're almost here. Come on. We're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know, and I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sight directly at me. Oh, man, love. Oh. Consent is the most important thing when it comes to guns. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sights directly at me. And now we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the fates, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would still love you, even without them. Right back at you, Kat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you, Polly. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound one last time. I can hear the guards coming now. We've only seconds left. I would have loved you if you were a worm. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I can see the guards now. The time is up. What makes you say... You did it? I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad, I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I coughed up blood as my vision flashed in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I'd been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try and stay conscious. It's as you said, Father, anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could just barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You've made your old man very, very proud. Oh, will you look at that? It looks like our little hero's got some life left. You know, Polly, you're in luck. See, the whole escaping thing, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comment back, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck. A new opportunity's just opened up, and I think... He kicked me in the stomach and rolled me over with his foot. You'd be a perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you outright. He looked down at me, then back at her. But mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about Polly anymore. He laughed maniacally. I never did like Polly much anyway. My vision's fading. His words turned to vapor as much as I feel myself crumple into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you gonna fool with a poker face like that? Cat, I love you. Always have, always will. I'm so sorry for what I've forced you to do. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality, I've almost reached Cat. I push myself to run faster and faster. Faster than I've ever ran in my life. The Union's gonna hear about this. Cat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Cat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Cat? These memories, they're mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before, who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories form a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Cat and throw myself in front of her because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning instead of flame. He fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I could barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I see Cat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lips so hard that I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her finger pressing down the trigger. Well, we died trying! Wake up, Polly! Oh no. Please, please don't die! What's happening? Am I alive? I've never heard her sound so desperate. Please, just wake up. I can't lose you again. Not again. It took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Cat was cradling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God. Don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. A love of bullet wounds. Sorry, Cat. I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch? We should be able to get to it now, but you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. She laughed. Yeah, now that I know what it feels like, I'm even more sorry for shooting you back on the beach. Find love and die trying. There was nothing else you could have done, Cat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second these past 2 years. That day, I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island, alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off the ground onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me up. Stop! You're going to get yourself killed! Then that's exactly what I'm going to do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step back towards the switch. I told myself back then. She stepped forward again. Her legs were trembling. That if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps, then have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight. And maybe you fell in love, and maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it, yet so far. But I'd like to believe it's still you, Polly. That you're still the same Polly that I fell in love with. We were just steps away from the switch. That I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. No, it's not. It's really, really not. Give me a choice right now. Like, I will pick you. Let me say it. Let me say it. Let me say it. Let me tell her I love her. Let me tell her I love her. Let me tell her I love her. We're here. We made it. You just... She coughed up blood again. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it! My turn. Done. And all that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, Polly, I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. No problem. Kat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck! I can barely stand now. She tumbled towards the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go! The moment we'd all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must be the barrier opening. We did it, Polly. I'm sorry, Polly. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know? I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah? I love you, Polly. Always have, and always will. For these last 2 years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together somewhere far from here. But I guess it's not like that. I guess it's just not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place, a different time. Maybe, just maybe then, Polly, we... Kat? Kat? Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both of her eyes. My vision blurred even more as tears welled up in my eyes. If we could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Kat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked to Kat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. I must be dreaming. I must be. The world turned black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow, I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one person I want to spend the rest of my life with. I love you, Kat. Kat. Not even a fucking question. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking. I tried to get up. Ow! Fuck! I looked down to my body. I'd been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy, but I'm alive. Polly, you're up! Hey, Yui. Where are we? We're on the boat. We're miles away from the island by now. That's a relief. Everyone's okay. I'll let you be the judge of that. Yui ran off and came back a few moments later. Hey, it's the gang! Oh shit, it's L-Rock! How's it going? L-Rock 617! Everybody go give L-Rock 617 a big ol' mighty follow! How's it going, L-Rock? What were you getting into? You were playing Gotham Knights, I think? How'd that treat you? Oh, you played some Batgirl. Nice. Who is conveniently best girl? Well, you might have a best girl, but what have I told you? I've got 5 best girls currently on the screen. But there is a 6th best girl that is not on the screen right now. But she's way better than all of these others. She's way better. Hopefully they'll show her and that she's not actually dead. You had us worried, Polly. I'm so glad I get to see. I'm so glad to see you're all right. You didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. Okie dokie. I'm just thankful it worked. It's so good to see you safe and sound, Polly. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. But I'm really happy that you're here for me to say so. You did great, Polly. The Resistance could use somebody like you. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? Thanks, guys. You really stuck out your neck to save Kat and I could never thank you enough. It's what you would do for us, Polly. Indeed, we ran after you two just moments after you'd left. There was no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you. Yeah, I know, Kat said not to, but hey. I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good. We managed to save the Brothers 5, too. Oh, we did! Go us! I couldn't just let them be stranded after, well, all we've been through together. I'm glad to hear that. There's no way we could have escaped without them. I nervously looked around the room. Is Kat? Kat's doing well, too. She's resting in the room next door. She didn't think you wanted to see her. I see. Thanks for letting me know, Yui. I should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Kat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Tara say. I'm just saying, I have a pretty mean right hook. It's so good to see you all. Yeah, I guess the brothers can just be with these, you know. They can have the leftovers. I've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face it together. You bet! I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes! I wouldn't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, Polly. You've got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute, if everybody's here and Kat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Tara. And that's a series exit for Tara Byte. Your last name's Byte. Get out! Get out! Leave! She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. It felt like it had been so long since we could laugh. No cameras, no fear, just friends fooling around. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we have to give Polly some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because you didn't use the zombie virus's unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you, everybody, for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all that, right? Well, we'll see you later, Polly. All right, enough with the cheese. Get out before Polly before Polly needs rest? Yes. Now that there's no cameras, get Kat in here. I'm well enough to be talking. It's fine. Like, we can make this work. And with that, I was alone. Whew, I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, She was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot for good luck. Right. I put my arm out forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island, even before the show. What's putting it lightly? She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So thank you again, Polly. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but today's the day. It would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think everyone wants to hear an answer from you. That kind of decision takes some time to think over, so I figured you'd need a little space. Thanks, Scarlet. You're right. I've already made my decision. No, you hussy! You get away! I have made my decision. Well, I'll see you later. See you, Scarlet. And then I was alone in the room. It's a tough choice, but it's one I know I have to make. They're all such incredible people. I'd be lucky with any of them. Anyone would. I sat in silence for a time, both resting and contemplating what to do. It's a life of excitement. Is it a life of excitement with Allie? A life of rediscovery with Scarlet? A life of enjoying simple things with Yui? A life of challenging our limits with Violet? A life of freedom with Terra? And then I just knew. I got up from the bed. I walked to the door of my room and looked to the room next to mine. There. I looked through the window and I just knew. I opened the door. Hey. Hey, Polly. You look like hell. You don't look much better. I don't know. I think she looks pretty good. She's looking pretty good for somebody that just got shot and almost bled out with me. I'm surprised your face is intact. Well, it's survived a lot now, hasn't it? Yeah. You know, the girls are hoping you'll ask one of them out today. Well, they'll get the wrong idea if they see you here. I came here for you, Kat, and only you. You've been there for me, from even before I can remember meeting you. There's no way I could ever have gotten off this island, or anywhere else, or anyone else could have if it wasn't for you. And I know that there's so much we have to figure out, and so much we don't know in this world. But I know I want to face that world with you, Kat. She's so cute! Oh, it's so good. Tears were streaming down her face. I didn't want to hope for it. I walked next to her and got down on one knee. I tried so hard to convince myself that it would never happen because it was too painful to even hope. I don't have a ring or anything, but I'm sure I can get one later. You don't need a ring. Will you marry me? Yes, yes, yes! I love you, Kat. I love you too, Polly. More than you could ever know. Wherever life takes you is where I'll go. We held each other close and kissed for the first time in years. Memories flooded back with each passing moment. The day we met, our first kiss, fights in the rain, making up, the joy of just being with the person you love, the day I proposed to her, the first time. And now today, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Here's to making new memories together, Kat. I love you. Hell yeah, dude! There was no other choice. There was no other choice. I don't care if there are other fucking endings. Like, no. Like, I'm fine. Like, that was fine. You know that one ex you had 14 years ago? Her name? Kat. That was good. Like, This is a game that I literally only played because I thought that the key art looked really nice. I didn't expect it to actually be, like, really, really good. It obviously has some shortcomings, a little bit, story-wise. Like, just kind of like, the presentation does let the game down a little bit, from time to time. But ultimately, like, this was solid. Like, for just like a random game that I just saw across my itch timeline one day and was like, I don't know, I should play this. You know, like, yeah, this game is free. So it's just like, you can't complain too much. Like, this game, we got what, like, how many streams is this? 5? We got 5 damn streams? Like, yeah, like, you just caught the end and you were invested. But, like, this is a free game on itch if you want to play it and experience the whole thing. Oh, God, the Terra ending is probably so bad. Like, I bet it's probably cute because she just wants a friend. But yeah, like, I had a real good time with this. I think this game is pretty dope. Like, what if I continue? Oh, dude, we gotta, like, skip so much text, though. Dude, look how far this save file is. Yeah, I don't think that's happening, sorry. I made my choice, and I'm actually just super happy with it. I think that that was, like, the ending to the story that I wanted. I liked Allie a lot in the first route. I thought that that was really good, and, like, I think the other endings would probably, you never actually get to romance Terra, you don't sleep with her, yeah, you just Netflix. Yeah, like, her whole route was leading up to that anyway. Like she said multiple times that she just wanted a friend, and, like, that's fine. Like, she's, you know, she's like aromantic, or she just wants, you know, to just be friends. Yeah, like, the other endings could just be YouTube, but I'm not really terribly interested in doing it. I got the ending that I was, like, I just played this game the way that I play visual novels, in that just, like, my choices are my choices and I make them, and if I like the game enough, I'll go, like, or I think that the content would be worth it, I'd go back and check the other endings or something like that. But I think that this is really fine. Like, I think that, like, ending this where I'm ending it is fine without going back and, like, have it, like, trying to smash through all, because this game does not have an easy auto skip feature that I know of. Well, there is a skip mode. Either way, though, I think I'm just content with the ending I got, without having to go look at the other endings, because, like, that's so much text to go kind of, like, yeah, like, I don't imagine the ending, you know, the endings are probably what, like, about as long as the cat ending, which was about 2 or 3 minutes, I imagine. Like, if it changed, like, the entire climax or something, or, like, it decided who you went back to the island with, like, if it was a choice like that, sure, I could see maybe doing it again, but I think that we're good in terms of, like, the ending. So, like, if anybody's kind of, like, I guess, upset that I'm, like, not going back and doing all the endings or something, you know, we'll just have to roll with that. But, I guess that's gonna be where we're calling it then. So, yeah, like, my choice was locked in. Like, I have been ride or die for Cat this entire time. I liked Allie a lot in the first route, and I did like Violet, I did like Violet in the second, you know, but again, you just look them up on YouTube. I stuck with the girl that I loved from the moment I looked at this game's key art on itch.io. So, there you go. All right, my voice at my throat is hella fucking sore now. So, I underestimated greatly how much was left of this video game when we went to break, because I think if I would have known that there was that much left, I would have probably cut for the night. Because that was still a good, like, hour and a half left. But yeah, my throat's done. Yeah, that was the ending the stream needed. Like, I've been a simp for Cat the whole time. Why would I not pick Cat at every opportunity? Dog, like, it wasn't even an option. Like, I was never even gonna look at not giving her the gun or shooting her. Like, I was like, no, like, I'm here. Like, I'm all in with this girl. That's it. The stream was as long as the new... Hey, wait, there's a new Scorsese film? Did I just, like, miss out? I probably need to go check that out then. Because I am a huge Martin Scorsese fan, but I don't keep up with movies a lot. Speaking of movies, this coming Saturday night, if you want to do movie night with me and Snooze, we are going to be watching Jordan Peele's Nope for the first time ever. I've never seen Nope, and I don't know if he has, but I am almost certain that he hasn't. So yeah, if you want to watch a movie this coming Saturday night... Oh, Killers of the Flower Moon. Okay, yeah. Okay, I know the name then. Okay. Yeah. It's based on the first case done by the FBI. Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah. Coming Saturday, 8 p.m. If you want to watch a movie, you rent yourself or a copy of Nope, or find a copy of it any way you want, and you could sync up with us and watch it, and it'll be fun. The movie nights are great. So I'm looking forward to it. But we're gonna pass everybody off to Gremlins or Us. We're gonna send everybody on over to Gremlins Are Us. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out to these dumb, boring visual novel streams that I don't know why people come out to, but I am exceptionally thankful that you do. I love getting to share stories with people. It's really why I've taken to streaming and recording a lot of visual novels this year. I just like sharing stories with people. And it's been really fun for people to come along and kind of get invested too. So there will be more in the future. Maybe not immediately, but I do have other games in the old canon and ready to go. So we'll see you soon. Everybody go say hi to Grims. Give her a follow while you're there. And we will see you next time. You have a nice rest of your whatever. Bye!